they're annoying. They irritate me. The only time those glasses are good are when I'm looking at the screen. Okay. It is 11:45, and I've been working, obviously, at various things. I mean, at one point I picked up more stuff. There's still a box here. There's still a box in this living room that has stuff from the kitchen that has not been put back into the kitchen. I'm working at that. And it's a slow thing because, I don't want to clutter it up with stuff that is junk. So I'm trying to figure out where to put this junk. The kids left early this morning to get Mimi's snow tires. The snow tires are stored at her mother's place. I just got a text from my son saying, we've got some time to kill. We're at the mall. Any more suggestions for everybody? So I went back to my daughter's text where she had her list of suggestions. That's what we do every year. We give each other all our suggestions, and then we all compare and pick and choose what we are going to give each other. So this morning I got back from my son suggestions for Mimi and for himself. All right, I already had the suggestions. Oh, I suppose I should give the suggestions he had for himself to my daughter. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Oh. It was so tough yesterday, trying to get a few things, and I was especially trying to get a backpack for my grandson. I remember seeing this tiny backpack at some point, but of course I did not get it at that point. Why? I don't know. It's always hindsight, Yeah. So I was back at Sport Chek, where I'm sure that's where I saw that backpack. But maybe it was wrong, because maybe I saw, because at one point last night I had something that I thought was perfect, loved the color, chatted with my daughter, we agreed, and I was almost at the checkout when I said to another woman, "Is this a backpack?" And we looked at it and she says, "No, I think that's a lunchbox." Because I was looking for the straps and there were no straps on it. This can't be right. And I just, commented to her and just, "No, I think that's a lunchbox." Yeah, that's a lunchbox. I went right back. And I found another backpack. I found a backpack. I found some backpacks. No, I looked around the entire store and had to ask where the backpacks were. Of course, they were where I had started off, but hadn't been looking for backpacks at that point. Anyway, I got a backpack. Not the lovely tiny backpack that I'm sure I had seen there months ago. Again, conferred with my daughter on color and size, and bought it. That took a while, which is why I got home so late. Also having dinner with Stephanie. I had dinner with Stephanie. Speaking of which, I have leftovers from that dinner with Stephanie. Yay, I have lunch. Yay, I love my memory. I mean, I know I took home the leftovers, but I forgot that I had the leftovers to have for lunch until just now. So that's wonderful because it was delicious. We went to this wonderful faux place and oh, it was great. So I'm looking forward to those. I always clean my eyes because I don't clean my eyes when I'm out and about, because cleaning your eyes when you are handling other things is asking for pink eye or, infections. So the only place where I touch my eyes is at home, because I'm sure of where my hands have been of late. Yeah, so ever since I got up, finished breakfast, I have been working. What have I done? I have the morning, all the warm-ups done for the week, plus 2 days next week. Yeah, great. And I have, since I had a task from last week that I didn't get to give them, it's carrying over into this week. So I've got a task ready to give them on Monday. I'm not going to overload myself with tasks again like I did last week. The people across the street also had wanted to do something with the outside of their house. They asked me about siding. We discussed their stucco. I said that I had been interested in getting stucco done, but I found it was very expensive, which it is. Much more expensive than my siding. So I never heard any further. I mean, I don't talk with my neighbors a lot. But 2 nights ago, I saw a truck or a thing parked on the road, and it said stucco, residential and commercial. And then I thought, oh, I guess they're doing stucco. Of course, you don't notice what goes on in the daytime, so I had no idea. And then night before last, I noticed there was something going on constantly there. There was noise coming from there, blowing noise. And I said, what is that going on? My son came down to do something before he went to bed. And I said, what's that noise over across the street? What's going on there? And he says, well, that sign, no, it's not a truck, it's not a car, it's a trailer that's parked up front that has stucco on it. Yep. And he said, well, they're doing stucco on their house, but stucco can only be applied at a certain temperature. And of course, at this point, we were sub-zero. It was cold, cold, cold. And they had to heat the air around the house constantly, like all night long, to get that stucco to dry at the proper temperature. It couldn't be cold because it wouldn't dry properly. So this morning I actually had the time to look at the place, and I can see that they do have on the front stucco done. Kind of neat. It's very plain, just straight. I guess it's gray or darker gray. I'm not sure. It may not be dry, so I don't know what the actual color is. But yeah, the stucco that I like is on a house 1 or 2 streets over, and it's a tan stucco, which has something painted into it. It's kind of a neat place, and it's really pretty. And they have a red roof. But this is very, plain and dull, which I'm sure is less expensive than that expensive looking place. It's a really nice house well taken care of, cute looking place. Anyway, I should get back to work. Or maybe I should get back to lunch. It's 12 o'clock. 5 minutes.